Hi there, my name is Candace Judish, and the reason why you're watching this video right now is because I'm sending it to you to make you aware of an amazing woman. Her name is Nicole, and she is a wise sister of mine, and in a few minutes into this video, I'll share with you what that means, but I'm sure you've seen tons and tons of other videos and receive them on a daily basis. I'm sure you receive lots and lots of letters and emails asking to have somebody that they know to be on your show. And I know you're probably going to think this is probably just another one of those videos, but I just want to tell you and share with you something that is so amazing. So this woman, Nicole Jasian, I think is how you pronounce her last name. I personally have never met her before, and I've never even talked to her on social media, but I feel like through her blog posts that I have read and gone through, I feel like she's one of my best friends, that I know her deep from her heart, because that is truly what she is. She is a very raw, vulnerable woman who has 3 children of her own. To share a little bit about her story, I have to read my notes, but on April 4th, 2013, her husband, who is a recovering drug addict, whose life was in dire straits and in danger. He actually has been going back and forth for a long time, falling in and out, going to rehab, and then a few weeks later coming out and going right back to those drugs again, and putting his wife to give her no other option but to divorce her. And they were actually getting ready to sign the papers when she decided to go to church with him one last time. And what's super crazy about this story is that this husband of hers was down in the pits, struggling to survive, literally, and he was moving towards God, while she, who always had a faith in God, was moving away from him, because she kept wondering and asking, why, God? Why is it that I have to deal with this? Why is it that my family is being ripped upside down because this man has chosen to make such poor decisions and completely just rip their family and their marriage apart? And here now, God, you're asking me to continue to allow him to do that, to fill in those gaps where I don't feel like I need to be in this anymore. And so, like I said, they went to that one church service, and she was going to proceed with getting the papers signed when they went and spoke with a pastor. And the pastor explained to him and to her that it wasn't God that was punishing her. It wasn't God that was doing these things to her. It was him, that he was making these decisions, but he was also ready to change. And although she was hesitant because he'd continually say he was going to change and then wouldn't, he was sober. He went to a rehab program, and he was sober for over a year, and actually was going to school to be a minister, and was actually starting to teach at their church that they were going to, getting ready to go on a missions trip, when he received a summons from the county clerk saying that he had to go to court for some crime that he had committed 8 years prior. So he had changed his life around. He had turned to Christ and became a new creation in Christ. And so they went to the judge on April 4th, 2013, and he was sentenced to 5 years in prison for, I'm not quite exactly sure, from what her blog said, that he was trying to wire money from an account. Obviously, it wasn't successful, but now he's going to be serving time for that. So he's in jail right now, and Nicole is struggling. She has 3 kids of her own. Back in May of 2012, at the age of 28, she was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer and went through lots of chemotherapy treatments and actually fought it and beat it. And she thought that her body was completely clean. That's what the doctor saw of any cancer in her body. And then she also had a bilateral mastectomy. And now, 2 weeks after the husband was told that he needed to go to court, she found out that she now has stage 4 breast cancer. So not only has she gone through the first time of this cancer and beat it, but now she's struggling with cancer again. Like I said, let me express to you this importance that she is a single mother right now. Her husband is in jail for 5 years, and she has 3 kids to raise on her own, struggling with stage 4 breast cancer. Now, the reason why I know this woman is because she is a Y sister of mine. We both have our own businesses with a direct sales company called Unique. And so she gets to work her business from home, which has been such a blessing to her because otherwise I don't know how they would survive. But she has been very, very sick with the chemotherapy that she has been doing around this time around, and she's decided that she doesn't want to live her life being sick and miserable. So she's decided to integrate care using conventional and alternative methods. And right now they have been living in Fort Worth, Texas. That is where she grew up, the only home she's ever known. And she's actually decided to move to California, where possibly they're going to start having a program for that alternative method for her cancer. But her dream and her wish has always to been a minister herself. And there's actually a college out there in Redding, California, excuse me. So she's decided to take a leap of faith to go out to California with her 3 children all alone and attend this school and give, every fighting chance that she possibly can to fight this cancer. So through it all, I'm going to share this blog post with you because her blog is phenomenal, and me sending this message to you doesn't serve it justice by any means. Until I read it, I didn't really know her story. They've been passing around her pictures of her with no hair when she went through her chemo with her last cancer episode, and her with our awesome mascara that we sell. But I never really knew her story until I came across, her blog post today. And it really just it broke my heart. It made me cry. And I know that there are so many other people out there that are single parents right now, that husbands are in jail and that are struggling, whether that is through cancer or just struggling to survive and to, make a normal life as possible for their children. And so the reason, like I said, why I'm sending you this video right now, why I'm shooting this, is because I know that of all people, you can change this woman's life. You can shine that light that she needs to make a difference in so many other people's lives, because she, of all people, although like I said, I've never met her, sounds like the most selfless person that I personally know in my life. Because who do you know that's going through cancer not once, but now twice, with her husband having to be in jail, and she raising her 3 children, wanting to have what's best for them, going to move her family to California so that she can go to school and be a minister. And so I just kindly ask that you take the time to look at her blog, really get to know her story, and if you feel like it is important and that you want to share her story and make a difference in her life, they're looking to raise $20,000 for this all to happen. And like I said, she's moving there in July. So if we could get on the ball with this as soon as possible, I would really, really appreciate it. I know you are busy and have so many other people, like I said, sending in these videos, but any person in the world that is going through this right now, she is the woman that deserves to get this money so that she can change her life, that she can have a fighting chance. Medical bills are so expensive, and unfortunately insurance doesn't cover this alternative method. And so right now she has no option. Like, as of right now, it doesn't seem like she's really being able to fight this disease other than doing it through Christ. And so, like I said, if you would please see it in your heart to reach out to this woman, I would really, really appreciate it. And I'm going to leave you with these 2 quotes. So this quote was on her blog post, and I'm not sure if she wrote it or she found it somewhere, but she said, "Life is short. Don't wait to live the life you want, or you will spend a lifetime waiting." And so because this is on her bucket list, her vision board, she has decided, like I said, to take hold of her life, to not wait anymore for her dreams to come true, and to make them a reality herself, no matter what it takes. And this other last quote I'm going to leave you with is by Rick Warren. And he says, we mistakenly think that the world is impressed by how we handle prosperity, but the fact is the world is impressed by how we handle adversity. And if you want to know what the definition of adversity is, and I'm sure you do know, you will know what it is for sure when you read this blog post of this woman, because she, in my opinion, is the definition of adversity. And she is going to change the world through her story. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you taking this time to listen to this. And like I said, I would really love it. And I know her family, it would just mean the world to them if you could reach out to them and possibly get them on your show so that you can get other people to help and make a difference in her life. Thank you. Have a good day.